he's giving information to the public, which has a constitutional grounding. It is anchored in the Constitution, in that in every constitutional democracy, when we are practicing constitutional democracy, people are entitled to information. Let me, Article 21, F, will tell you, Article 21, if I may read.
Go ahead.
It says that all persons shall have the right to. Then it goes to F, information subject to such qualifications and laws as are necessary in a democratic society. So if there is an information that the Attorney General wants to give to the public, we are entitled to it. And the vice versa is that if citizens need any information, right, they have the right to get the information from any institution. Now, what are we talking about? We are talking about public purse. We are talking about what is happening. So that makes it a public trial. Now, if it's an individual issue that there is no money involved, and this is an issue where we think that the interest of society is at stake, that is when information is being given to the society. So whilst you are doing this, there are interests that have to be balanced. One, what has to be balanced, the public must know. What do they have to know? You also have to look at the individual's right to fair trial. So if you are looking at the individual's fair trial and also the government's ability to enforce the administration of justice to make sure that it is done. So whilst balancing these three issues, you just make sure that you do not breach any or the individual's right.
I'm glad you talk about fair trial, because that's what Article 19 really talks about.
Yes.
And I'll just go ahead and read a bit of that. And specifically Article 19 2C, Clause 2C, says that a person shall be presumed innocent until he is proved or has pleaded guilty. So the argument is that these press conferences are already conditioning the minds of individuals listening to the Attorney General, and by the facts, as it were, the AG calls them facts, he's already kind of convinced these individuals that these are the facts I have given you, without necessarily going to court first to prove that the person is innocent or not.
You see, that's where the facts that has been given at the end of the day remains allegation. It remains allegation that is being made against the individual. It is also that it is presumed. So if the Attorney General goes to say that he is guilty by the fact that I brought in this, and has also even gone and said that these are going to be the witnesses, this is what this witness is going to say, that is when he will have crossed the boundary, breaching the rights of the individual when he says that he is guilty. But now when he says that these are the facts, the enforcement agencies of the investigative agencies, this is what they have found. This is what we intend charging the people. These are the people who have to put before court. So once he gives that information, as done normally by the attorneys in the advanced democracy that we are following in the United States, these are the things that he has said. But if he goes beyond to say that by the facts that I have, he is already guilty, then that is where it would be wrong for the Attorney General to do that. But he is now giving information to engender, because people want to know. It brings about transparency. It brings about trust in the public. And once the transparency, everybody knows or is expecting that this is what we've heard. If this is what we've heard, what happens in the administration of justice? That is it the same case you are putting, or there's a different case? That is why you even see that the moment the case gets to court, the Attorney General or the prosecution itself ceases commentary on the matter. It becomes an issue where the media is now given that power to report accurately what happens in court. So these are the two different things that at the time the Attorney General is giving the information, the facts that has come to his custody, he's not prosecuting the matter. The people are not even accused, they are suspects until they are put before the court, then they become accused persons.
I want to come to Professor Antwi very shortly, but I want to read a quote of what the Attorney General said during one of his earlier press conferences, and that was in March. And he said that, "I will not rush to court on any matter." Of course, I'm skipping other bits of what he said. "If I don't have the kind of evidence, I will not go to court." And then he said that he was under pressure to prosecute and not go to court. And I remember in that press conference, which was held in March, he said that so if you look at this Edubuahin case, for instance, it shows that we have enough evidence. You're saying that you are under pressure to prosecute. You have evidence. So why don't you go to court? Why are you telling us of the evidence you have? Just go to court and go ahead to prosecute.
You see, I've already said that because one of the issues is that you claim, or you are saying the allegation is that the individual has taken public money or has stolen or embezzled public money, right? So you are giving information to the public that so far, this is what we have found. Now, he is saying that I will not be compelled just to go to court because I want to prosecute somebody. That is when the issue of politicizing it or persecuting somebody. So he's all just saying that I'll prosecute people, but I will not persecute them. I will not persecute them if I don't have evidence which would grant me a conviction. I don't think it is something I want to do as a state. So it's the information he's giving, and also giving the assurance to the individuals that I will not do any persecution when I don't have evidence against you. You know, people make allegations that when allegations are made, it is the responsibility of the prosecution to come and make sure that they have proved beyond the reasonable doubt. All that the individual, the accused or the suspect needs to do is to create in the mind of the court that the facts that you are talking about do not exist. So example is like there is a murder. Once there is a murder and they said it happened within the premises of TV3, I was the one. But the time that it happened, I was not at TV3, right? So if that fact, I'm able to tell the court that fact, then the court will now see that that fact do not exist.